What is up, Division 2 agents? This is Gamer for Life back with another Division 2 build video. In this video, I wanted to showcase one of our newest gear sets that can get you through any content from normal to legendary difficulty. In my opinion, this build is an absolute game changer. It makes doing just about any activities this game has to offer an absolute breeze for the casual player, but also allows agents who likes a challenge to take on the toughest content as well. So let's get into this build. So you can see it is the new Refactor gear set. The 2-piece bonus gives us plus 15% status effects, 3-piece plus 25% skill damage, and the 4-piece return to sender. Receive repairs of 10% of the damage dealt by your skills. Your allies receive repairs of 20% of the damage dealt by your skills. So not only are we getting some awesome damage, but we're getting that constant healing as well. And trust me, you will get in situations like the one you're seeing here in a legendary mission. Normally I would be dead. I would not survive this, but the gear set just kept constantly healing me as my skills were doing damage to the enemies, and I was able to get to safety. So yeah, this is definitely going to be one of my go-to skill builds going forward. So you can see the chest piece we have is a wyvern, which gives us plus 8% skill damage, rolled with a max skill damage, skill haste with a max skill haste mod, and the talent is kinetic momentum. When in combat, each skill generates a stack while active or not on cooldown. Stacks increase your total skill damage by 1.5% and total skill repair by 2% up to 15 stacks per skill, lost when on cooldown. So just giving our skills a lot of extra damage. Now my gear set pieces, every single piece is rolled with skill damage, and I have a skill haste mod on my mask, and then my knee pads. I do have a blue core because we are running technician, which gives us an extra skill tier. So that allows me to, put that blue on here. Now, if you want to go red, more weapon damage for your AR, perfectly fine. Do whatever you want to do. I just wanted to be a little more tanky because I plan on doing like legendary type missions, trying to solo some of those. So I'm sitting at 1.1 million armor. And we are using the Memento backpack because in my opinion, this is going to give us the most damage for our skills in our gun. Of course, we get all 3 core attributes, max weapon damage, armor with a skill tier. This is 14% for his expertise with the max skill haste mod. And the talent is kill confirmed. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides both a short and long-term buff, the first of which scales with the number of core attributes equipped and lasts 10 seconds. 5% weapon damage, 10% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. For every trophy collected, gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regen for 300 seconds. Maximum is 30 stacks. And if you're not familiar with what skill efficiency is every skill attribute in the game wrapped up in one. So 5% of skill efficiency will be 5% of repair skills, status effects, skill damage, skill duration, skill haste, all of that beautiful stuff that's just helping our skills out tremendously. So when we are at full stacks with Memento, and I always recommend when you're doing something like a legendary mission, go do some open world activities, get those full stacks. There's no reason to go into a legendary mission solo without your full stacks. And when we do have them, we will have an extra 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. Just more survivability, more damage for our guns, more damage for our skills. And I am going to show a couple of other variations of this build, just in case there's people out there who may not have the exotics just yet. I know there's a lot of new players to the game asking me some easy builds to get together. And like I said, we'll go over a couple other variations. But now we are on to our skills. We are running the assault turret. This is at tier 6, 120% damage plus 420% health. expertise 15%, and our mods plus 5% damage, 7.5% duration, and 7.5% skill haste. And you can see the stats for the turret, and just like with the drone as well, all of these stats, like the cooldown, will go down because we're going to get 30% extra skill haste when we get full stacks with Memento. Then the duration, health, and the damage will go up. All right, in the drone, tier 6 plus 120% skill damage, 420% health, 15% for the expertise, 7.2% duration mod, 9.7% health mod, and 5% damage mod. And our main gun that we are using is the capacitor. You can see it has some beautiful total damage, over 125k, and we'll see why it's that much in just a minute. This is at 18% weapon damage for the expertise, rolled with max assault rifle damage, damage to armor, damage to target out of cover. And then the talent is capacitance. Shooting enemies builds stacks to a cap of 40. Each stack grants 1.5% skill damage after 5 seconds. Stacks decay 1 per second. For each skill tier, gain 7.5% weapon damage. So we're at, obviously, skill tier 6. So that is a lot of extra damage we're getting for this gun, which allows it to have a very nice base damage. Of course, the 18% expertise helps as well, but your damage will still be awesome if you don't have that 18% expertise. In the secondary, we are running, just in case maybe we run out of ammo with the capacitor. This is the Harmony. It's the named rifle, rolled with max rifle damage, crit damage, and damage to target out of cover. The talent is perfectly in sync. Hitting an enemy grants plus 20% skill damage for 5 seconds using a non-shield skill, or damaging an enemy with the skill grants plus 20% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Damage increases are doubled while both buffs are active at the same time. Alright, and I'm not showcasing modifiers in the gameplay because I know a lot of people may not have them unlocked yet, but if you do have your modifiers unlocked, the ones that I'm using, if I have them equipped, is aggressive drone, increases the striker drone's damage by 50%, no brainer, but reduces its duration by 40%, which is okay. Momentum surge, kills with skills double momentum gain, getting that bar up faster to help proc your, overdrive, if that's the active modifier you have equipped. And then rigged battery. Player drones that are destroyed or dismantled apply shock to 2 nearby enemies, receive 5% bonus momentum for every affected hostile. And then the overdrive, if you want to see that, instantly max out your rogue momentum and receive powerful combat bonuses. After overdrive ends, your momentum gain is temporarily reduced. Bonuses for 10 seconds, plus 30% weapon damage, skill damage, and rate of fire. Unlimited ammo supply. The penalty after overdrive ends, momentum gains are reduced by 70% for 150 seconds. Cooldown is 150 seconds. So a pretty nice boost for 10 seconds. All right, and let's take a look at the specialization. How about that? We are using Technician. We get that extra skill tier, plus 12% damage to drones, skill proxies, and robotics. Armor kits also applies to all friendly skill proxies within 10 meters. Artificer Hive, which we are not using. Party members within 5 meters of your deployed and undisrupted skills are immune to shock and disruption. So if you are in a group, that's good, for your allies if they are by your turret. Gain 15% bonus armor while aiming skill, and plus 50% pulse resistance. And also make sure you have the plus 10% skill damage equipped over, instead of the 10% skill healing. And as always, and you can see I do have the correct ones equipped this time. Make sure you have the weapons you are using equipped on your specialization so you're getting that extra 15% increased damage. Alright, and I did say we'll go over a couple of other variations of the build. If you don't have any exotics, this is the next setup I would have. I would have the force multiplier, and this does have the talent Perfect Combined Arms. Shooting an enemy increases total skill damage by 30%, for 3 seconds. So, you know, we're going to want to shoot enemies anyway with our gun. So yeah, that is a pretty decent backpack to have for any skill build. And then we'll have a second piece of Hannah U. So the brand set bonuses on these 2 pieces gives us plus 10% skill haste and plus 10% skill damage. And then of course we'll have everything's the same on the chest piece: skill damage, skill haste, max skill haste mod, and kinetic momentum. And then for the guns that we are using, we do still have the harmony, but the test subject for our AR, and that has the perfectly in sync on this as well. So of course with this talent, our skills are going to be doing damage, our guns are going to be doing damage. We are doubling that 20%, so we're going to be getting 40% skill damage and 40% weapon damage for our guns. So yeah, now there is one more setup. And this setup is for if you don't have any exotics or named items. Maybe you're just super new to the game. Go into Countdown, put in Refactor. You can get these gear set pieces super easy. Usually one run will get you everything you need. And then go in again with Hannah U. I'm sure you can get some of this stuff. Now, when I went in with Hannah U, I actually got quite a few force multipliers. So you may be able to get that named backpack pretty easy. But if not, just your regular Hannah U backpack. You know, I use tech support when it's just the regular talent, because all you have to do is get a skill kill and you have plus 25% damage for 25 seconds. I mean, if you want to go the route and do regular combined arms, that's fine too. And then the chest piece is just the same. It's the same thing. So the other difference is our gun. Just any AR that you have, or I mean, whatever gun type you want to use, just put in sync on it. You know, that's instead of, you know, with the perfect version with all the stacks, you get 40%. With the regular version, we'll be getting 30% extra skill damage and in weapon damage. So still a lot of extra damage regardless. This build with no exotics and no named items will still absolutely get you through some of the hardest content this game has to offer. Make no mistake about it, this is a beautiful build, even without the insane buffs that exotics and named item gives it. So just wanted to drop that in there as well. So that is the build, my friends. I hope you guys give this one a try. And it's a lot of fun to run. I mean, especially if you're just wanting to run around, you're new to the game, you want to get all of your, you know, blueprints and all that good stuff, because you have to do a lot of heroic control points to get some of those blueprints. This will absolutely get you through that, my friends, because you're going to be dealing out some crazy insane damage with your skills while you're healing yourself up at the same time, which allows you to, you know, do a lot of shooting with your gun because you're constantly getting healed. So yeah, that is it. Hope you guys are doing good, staying safe out there. I'm going to leave you with some legendary gameplay because, you know, if these skills are taking out these legendary enemies like this, you know good and well you can take out any enemies in the game with ease as a solo player. As always, my YouTube family, take it easy.
I'll check down there. Hostile drone spotted.
Someone there. What are we looking for? Division agents targeted.
Serious drama. Detected.
I got him. I'm taking out the road. Wait. Cover.
Take much more of these, kid. Hit him! Drone has a block. Dead asshole.
I'll cover you.
Incoming backup request.